What's one thing that you wish that you could change about the movie? You take this one first.
You know, I don't really think of anything that I would want to change because, for one, I wouldn't know exactly how to film any action scenes in a Western. And I think as far as that goes in this movie, pitch perfect. Um,
I've been sharing the whole time.
oh, okay.
So we'll see what the recording looks like. But go ahead.
But yeah, I was like, I don't mind the action sequences. They were perfect. So, and they were realistic, and they really did that. Like there was one I wrote it down here. It was near the end when the Native American jumps from his horse to the lead horse. That's a real stunt. I mean, that guy's life could have ended in that stunt if it goes. I mean, even like today, there's stunts like that. But still, this was 1937, 1938.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I would change anything. No, I don't think I would change anything.
Yakima Canutt was the stunt artist. He was, I believe he was John Wayne's stunt double for pretty much every film that he did.
Right.
He was the one that did that, and he's the one that falls between the horses too.
Okay. So yeah, I don't think I would change anything. What about yourself?
I thought the third act was a bit too long. I thought it lost a lot of momentum when they finally got there. Like the shootout with, not the shootout, but the when they were being attacked by Geronimo's people.
Yeah.
That felt to me like the climax of the movie. Then they get to Lordsburg. And then at that point, we still have to deal with the Ringo Kid.
Right.
And the shootout, I think, over his brother. It was his brother.
Yeah, his brother.
Yeah. So that, to me, was like, you kind of lost momentum at the end because it was such a high when they're in the stagecoach, everything's running, and then you hear the bugle, and like you feel like they survived. But then there's one little tag at the very end, which lasts a little while. So I don't know how it would have fixed that, but I just didn't feel like it flowed.
Okay.
But the rest of it, I wouldn't change one bit. That was perfect.
It was a pleasant surprise.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. What do you think about the main character's arc? First, who was the main character in this movie?
See, I don't know who the main character was because initially going into it, I assumed it would have been John Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it was more of an ensemble than a main character. Maybe. I mean, I've read a couple of articles.
Almost the second act.
Yeah. Well, see, today when I was watching it on the link, I would pause it every once in a while to see how far along. Hey, this is where I think Act One. And I was like, John Wayne doesn't come in until I thought I wrote it down, but maybe I didn't. But almost 18 minutes, 19 minutes. I mean, it's a pretty decent amount, and I didn't expect that. So I don't know. I don't really know who I would consider the main character, but I did like the arc of the kid, Ringo Kid, and I just like saying Ringo Kid as well.
Well, just keep on rolling with it.
But I don't know. I think this is a movie that I don't know if most people in today's world have seen.
Mm-mm.
So I think that they should, because like I'd said before, I'd seen the Kenny Rogers version years ago, and I obviously didn't remember exactly what it was, and it's different than this one. But I don't know. I would say, I don't know. I'm getting some messages here. Sorry about that.
Oh, no worries. I'll jump in then.
I'll try to think while you're speaking. I might go along with Dallas, but
I was thinking about, so Ringo Kid does he arc? I don't know. At the beginning, he wants to kill this guy, and at the end, he's kind of in the same boat. Okay, so he does arc. He has a physical arc, I guess, in the movie.
He doesn't have a traditional arc, though, but I don't even know if it's really needed for his.
But he's kind of a good guy at the beginning, and he's a good guy at the end.
Yeah.
I think Dallas's arc isn't very. I guess she does. She goes from and we're gonna give away spoilers, just FYI.
The Woman of the Night.
Yeah, she goes to a lady of the night to a lady for one man.
Yes.
So okay, there's an arc.
And I
Um,
think she was way more cold at the beginning than she was at the. I
yep,
mean,
yeah,
because first I didn't like her character at all at first. Not. I don't want to say at all, but out of some of the main characters, she was my least favorite. But
oh,
by the end of the picture, I actually warmed up to her. So she was able to change my mind. I don't know how her arc was able to do that,
yeah,
but and I think it was maybe instead of just an arc, well, especially between those two characters, it's a combination of them working together.
mm-hmm.
Not just as actors and actresses, but within the film, them working together and achieving a goal and changing one another. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know,
And then I think that Mrs. Mallory, I think she makes a change. I think they all change.
they
Um,
these small little subtle changes because it's kind of like all these little tiny things are what's driving the plot forward instead of just like this one big. I mean, there's a big thing too, but it's like everyone has their little things going forward, and I think that's what makes the movie work.
it's like Sidewalks of New York. Like you have a bunch of characters that are all doing tiny. Well, they do a pretty sizable arc. It's just you only get to see little chunks of the arc
Yeah, yeah.
throughout the movie. But I think as a group, yeah, they pretty much all do arc. So I think John Ford. Good job, John Ford. Did a pretty good job with that.
Good job, John Ford.
Good job, John Ford.